Stretching over 2.5 meters wide and just over 20 centimeters high, this leporello book is one of Etel Adnan's early works. A leporello is a type of book with folded concertina-style pages. That means that the book's pages collapse onto the next in folds which can reveal more or less depending on how stretched or collapsed the folds are. Adnan had seen similar books and had been inspired by them on a trip to Japan. This work, which is Untitled, is made of paper, inks and watercolor paints, which fold into a neat, slim, dark blue notebook. In this piece, there are 14 folds which reveal 28 panels once fully stretched. It is one-sided and the back of the leporello is left blank. Adnan's practice includes poetry, painting, collage, tapestry, ceramics and film. In this work, Adnan uses a poem by her friend, the late American poet and painter Lawrence Ferlinghetti, titled Assassination Raga. The original poem is an emotional outpouring of collective grief, originally written by Ferlinghetti as a response to watching the funeral of Robert Kennedy on television. In Adnan's work, lines from this poem are written across a backdrop of large, light brown hieroglyphic signs across the width of the folded paper, which provides a backdrop to the text. Ferlinghetti's words run across the page in black ink, with Adnan's added marks in different coloured inks: black, light brown, green and red. The inks are used differently. In some places, they have been applied lightly as a background to the text. In others, they bleed through the paper. The poem merges into a painting through the repetition of the word Allah, which means God in Arabic. It is written in Arabic throughout the piece, accompanying Ferlinghetti's words. Allah is repeated both as a mantra and as a visual cue, ensuring the continuity of the piece. Allah is written as a call and response to Ferlinghetti's line, La ilaha illallah, a Quranic exhortation translated into There is no other God but God, which also appears in the poem. Ferlinghetti's poem becomes a painting with Adnan's scribbles, shapes and colours. It becomes her piece, her take on her friend's words. The leporello is a multisensory piece exploring collective trauma. The text, which is a mixture of images, colours and shapes, turns into more than just words. Writing, painting and mark-making work together to illustrate the messy emotions which unfurl into a manifesto of grief. The writing is difficult to decipher at times. The letters, blotted ink stains and prose transport us sideways in a piece alive with the uncomfortable emotions around death. Ferlinghetti's words speak of death, sound and force. They are like a random story made of vivid sounds and images. The sky, a plane, a blaring stereo, a tree, and a sitar are diverse elements which assemble like a cacophony of sound that is reminiscent of jazz. Adnan turns it all into a symphony, adding colors, shapes, and marks. Arabic writing covers the width of the concertina book. Each fold of the leporello can reveal more or less of the text, depending how stretched it is. Allah, written in Arabic from right to left, is overlaid with the poem in Roman script written from left to right. In this piece, Adnan leans on her Arab heritage to showcase her identity as a painter, a poet, and a friend. She transforms this two-dimensional poem into what looks like a visually loud and dynamic film storyboard. Integrating Ferlinghetti's words into her piece turns Untitled into a powerful collaboration. It illustrates the rich tapestry of migrations that have given American art its multifaceted identity. Untitled was gifted by Adnan to Tony Marini, an Italian art historian and cultural activist, also a friend of the artist, and who had translated several of Adnan's literary works. The journey of Untitled itself is a metaphor for the rich collaborations and pathways that result from friendship, languages, and visual culture. This audio description was written and recorded by Cina Aissa.